welcome to a very, very cold inventor's workshop here in Tasmania. So today we are finally going to get to do some woodwork with the CNC machine and the wood lathe, and we're going to make that trivet cam serving dish that on the last two videos we've been drawing up in ArtCAM. So we're going to cut our piece of Tasmanian oak, which is 3/4 of an inch or 19 mil, and it's 285 millimeters wide, which is, I think, just I think it's like something odd figure, something like 11 3/4 inches, something like that. Now, so that is going to be put on the CNC router. Now, to preserve my nice flat bed that I've made on my CNC router, I am going to put a waste sheet of 1/4 inch MDF because I really don't want to cut into that bed. Although it is only MDF, I'd like to keep it as much as I can. And all I'm going to simply do with this is staple it to the actual bed, and the staples, you know, they're only sort of soft steel. It's not going to make any difference to the cutters at all. They'll just cut straight through them. So let's do that now. Okay, so that's the 3 holes done for the center of our circles, and now that's the center of the material there, but just below that we're going to do a pocket or an area clearance of 3/4 of an inch. This is a 3mm 2 flute end mill. So we're going to do that next. Okay, now to secure the center parts of our trivet. Something a little bit more substantial for the middle. That should hold it. Actually, I had to take the nut off there because I forgot about the clearance. I've only allowed 10mm clearance over the top of the material here. I should have allowed 25, but there you go. So I've taken the nut out. It's just as good. So we'll just load the next program now, which is the one that is going to cut around the outside of the shape. Hopefully this has gone all the way through. I think it has. Pretty well, I think. Okay, now we're going to run this round over profile bit around the outside and see what happens. Well, that turned out pretty good. I mean, this is the other tool that I modified on the lathe to operate in the CNC machine, and quite a nice job. So now the next thing we're going to do is the jim pin around the outside. Okay, that's the jim pin. I've just got a little bit to finish off there with a little bit of paper. That'll come off pretty easy though. Now we're going to cut these circles out. The circles are being held in place by the screw in the middle, and this big one in the middle of here is going to hold the outer frame that we're going to be left with. So here we go. course it's only held on, those centerpieces, by the very, very smallest skin, which you can break out quite easily. And just a little bit of paper will get rid of that. So that's what we got so far. If you're interested in how you design and how you put the programs together for something like this, you need to go back to my YouTube channel and look at, let me see, it's 113 and 114, and that will tell you exactly how to put this together in ArtCAM, how the tool paths are created, and I'm sure you'll be interested. Right up. Well, I've just cleaned it up with a little bit of paper. You can see, you know, sort of we're getting there. So what I want to do now is just round over these edges. I elected not to do it with a CNC machine and do it instead with my little router table because it's quite difficult to, unless you've got a proper jig set up, to do sort of one side and turn it over and in exactly the same position and run the program for a second time. You can do it, but it's just because I'm doing a one-off piece, it's quicker for me to do it just on the little portable router table. Okay, that didn't turn out too bad, did it? Just a slight round over, and that'll do just fine. What I've got to do now is just go over it now with a piece of maybe 400 or 500 paper, and I can varnish that. So for those of you who have just tuned in to see this, or just caught me, or just at random pick this video, you probably need to go and have a look at 113 and 114 video, of which this is 115. And you'll see that I'm going to be making a serving trivet to house these little bowls for dips and what have you, and so that's going to be the top section of it. I'm going to have possibly what you could call a finial, or an extension coming out of here of wood, which I'll turn on the lathe. But then I'm going to put this nice knob on the top, and for the base I'm going to use a piece of this lovely Tasmanian blackwood to turn up on the lathe, and then as the stem from the base up to the underside of the trivet, I'm going to use this, and this actually is myrtle. I thought originally it was blackwood, but it's not, it's myrtle. So got a bit of lathe work coming up now, but I'll keep it short. So that's it for this video, and I hope you've enjoyed watching the making of this on the CNC machine, and I hope you'll join me for the making of the base and the stem, and actually completing this project with the parts on the lathe. This is video 115. If you want to see how this is put together, the program, you'll need to have a look at 113 and 114. which if you're interested in CNC, you need to look at these sort of videos before you go plunging into buying a CNC machine router, because you need to know the CAM programs, which are very simple, before you go shelling out the money for it, the machine that is. So I'd like to sort of show you what you're letting yourself in for, and it is rewarding at the end. So if you like the video, please subscribe to my channel, press like, and then in that bottom corner there, as always, a little red box that'll take you to my YouTube channel, where there's 115 videos now, ranging from CNC router, wood lathe work, shop jobs that I do around here, and I'm sure there's something there that will please you and entertain you. So all I got to say now is bye for now, until next time. Bye.